There is this guy on Instagram, Narmak007, Kamran Farid. He recently made a post that was not so nice. I have been following this guy for some time. By the way, you should check out his profile. Once again, it is Narmak007. Basically, his name spelled backwards. Kamran Farid is his name. I follow this guy because he's got very polarizing ideas and he's not afraid to straight shoot about various issues. He's also very open about his multi-million-dollar lifestyle. For example, like here is a video of him taking you around his house, his large expensive land, the various features in it, the orchard, multiple supercar car garage, and etc. For anyone who is into manifestation, this guy is like a blueprint. But he recently made a post that was not so nice. He basically said manifesting is for broke people. And he said that manifesting success is a scam told by broke people. I found this comment to be extremely offensive and outrageous. This guy, he is a multi-millionaire in the hundreds of millions. His company, Edible Arrangements, is a company that he has with his brother, Tariq Farid, reported to be making about 500 million annually. So even after a term called EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, we can still be looking at an annual net profit figure of 15 to 25% of that amount. The brothers are taking annually anywhere between 75 and 125 million. Pretty cool, right? And Kamran Farid is a 45% trustee. So in other words, he owns 45% of the company. His brother is the face of the company, but he's 45%. His stake is probably worth hundreds of millions as well, based on EBITDA figures. Kamran said, if you are thinking of manifesting, just go and work hard. Manifesting is a scam, hard work is not. That is a message that he wants to give. However, if that was true, I know bricklayers who work very hard. I know people who work third shifts at my favorite shisha bar who work very hard as well. Why aren't they rich? The reason is because without a blueprint of the success that you seek, where is hard work going to get you? Success only comes to those who apply effort, inspired actions towards a goal. When you think about a goal, you have ideas and inspirations. Inspired actions, you work hard towards this direction. Unseen forces guide you by throwing opportunities, connections, help, the right people, support, synchronicities, which people call coincidences in your way that help to drive you towards this goal. You don't simply work hard and get somewhere. You work hard toward a goal, a dream, a blueprint. Now, here's the strange thing. This video started with Narmak007, Kamran Farid. For Kamran to say that manifestation is for broke people, manifesting success is a scam, go work hard. One would think that for him to say that, he was probably born into riches. When I read up about this guy, what I found out is that his parents were immigrants from Pakistan. They moved from Pakistan to Connecticut, and his parents were working in multiple jobs, including fast food joints like your KFC and McDonald's. And then with a loan of $5,000, him and his brother set up a flower business. And eventually they branched off into making fruit arrangements, the company known as Edible Arrangements. They then worked on systems and solutions and turned this into a franchisable business. The brothers were innovative, and even during COVID, when others failed, they actually thrived. Because when you cannot meet friends and family, what do? You give gifts remotely. So their business model thrived and grew throughout the years. They've even been identified as one of the fastest growing franchises on Entrepreneur Magazine. But they came from humble beginnings. For anyone to start a business, or should I say people who start businesses, they come in many different forms. There are those with a me too mindset. They see someone else doing well, let's do it too. But there are also those who go into businesses with the idea of differentiation. That, I have this idea about doing this business that is different from everyone else. And if we put these ideas into place, our business is going to do better because we can solve problems that other businesses of this nature could not solve. You know the comedian Steve Harvey, the guy with the thick mustache and eyebrows? I love one phrase that he said about manifestation. By the way, Steve Harvey is very big into manifestation. He said, God put it into your imagination. He didn't put it into someone else's imagination. This is a vision for you to achieve that's been given to you. not to someone else. If you ask someone else about your vision, obviously they're going to say it's crap, doesn't work. But this vision was put into your imagination. So the brothers obviously had visions of what they were going to do, and visions that made them believe that their work will lead to somewhere. Any kind of work always encounters obstacles. It's a given. Problems, challenges, but these are things for us to address. It is because we solve problems, we overcome challenges that other people are not willing or don't know how to solve or unable to overcome. That's why we are worthy of the manifestation that we want. So why did I follow Kamran Farid in the first place? I like his straight shooting style. He's also a divorcee like myself. He embodies a lifestyle greater than what I wish to have. I also want a large house. I also want a large land. But not as large as that though. I mean, something less than that is okay for me. I picture for myself a 9-figure destiny, and he's living that. I mean, how often can you get to see the day-to-day life of a real and not pretend multi-millionaire? Kamran is not like some fake billionaire, Bobby Saputra, super cool band on Instagram, right? The one who strikes up deals with influencers online to involve in his videos, to portray this larger-than-life image. Farid, on the other hand, he just goes out every day doing everyday life and does things the way he does because he can. Being a billionaire or having hundreds of millions doesn't mean that you have to go to expensive spas and restaurants on a day-to-day basis. It could just be, I drive nice cars, do the things I want to do when I feel like doing it. And that's what resonated with me. I don't ever plan to be a show-off. When we think the vision, what counts the most is that experience. It's not about having or wanting certain things. Everybody's always worrying about things past, things that haven't happened. And even in this moment, maybe some of you watching this video, listening and also scrolling social media, passive scrolling, and not listening to every word that's been said. And it's like, oh, did I miss something right there? I think he did say something. And trust me, the same thing happens with kids in schools, like so much these days. While the teacher's teaching, they're doing something else, passing notes among friends, scribbling, drawing stuff. And then when the teacher asks, do you understand? Sorry, what was that? What did you say? This thing happens to so many people all the time. So it's like you always worry about not having enough time. But what's stopping you is that you're just not experiencing life when life is happening to you. Anyway, sorry for going off topic. Coming back to Kamran Farid, right? I actually unfollowed the guy after I came across that Instagram reel that he posted. Manifesting is a scam. Manifesting is for broke people. But I followed him again after I read more about the guy, when I understood that he came from humble beginnings, very humble beginnings. He was not born into wealth. Him and his brother, they are self-made multi-millionaire. But that's also because they worked into a vision that was put into the imagination. Maybe that they didn't have an idea or understanding what manifesting really is, but they have manifested. And by the way, Kamran, if you're watching this video, I would like to point out that as much as you detest the word manifesting, you guys essentially manifested it. And like it or not, you are an inspiration of manifestation. And I appreciate how you have replied my comments in the past. All right, I want to close this video with a manifestation technique that I came up with. Share this if you find it effective. But you know what? Instead of just thinking about whether it's effective or not, why not let's experience it right now? This manifestation technique is what's better than. I call it the what's better than manifestation technique. Manifestation is about finding your alignment in life. When you align your life with the vision that you have, things start happening very fast. Manifestation is the power to change your destiny. For example, the blueprint of a seed when planted into the ground is to turn into a certain tree. But what if the outcome of that seed can be determined by your imagination? So once you have the vision, when you align, when you're inspired by this vision, you feel strongly for the experience inside this vision. That is now your final point, your destiny. And of course, this can be changing over time. And that's the wonder of mankind. We are not plant. We are not animal. We can have these visions. Let's make use of it in this exercise. What's better than? What's better than is to encourage you to dream. It's to encourage you to go past what's currently you, what is currently your life. Go past your current circumstances. And it's to let you experiment In the theater of your mind, do you like this outcome? Does it resonate with you? How do you feel about this? If not, let's change it a few different ways. Like, what's better than using this particular phone that you have? A phone that the camera can start faster, the phone that can unlock faster, then respond faster, provide faster feedback. What's better than bringing my kids to the annual car show, bringing them to a car showroom, testing out the car, and buying it? What's better than this house that I live in right now? A house with at least twice the land size, 3 to 4 times the built-in space, with soft flooring in the ground floor bedroom that my parents can use, that has grippy floor so that it will not be easy for them to lose balance, and even if they did, they can land softly, facing the river, so there's always fresh air, and we can see the annual fireworks on New Year's Eve. That is on a piece of land that's on a, what in Feng Shui they call a bow formation, so it brings about good luck and prosperity. What's better than me currently having 5% body fat, being 4% body fat, fit and healthy? What's better than me being fit and healthy? Having my whole family, including my parents, fit and healthy. Having my parents in the best shape of their life. That I'm not the only one who can run up and down the stairs. My parents can do so too. It's better than me taking part in fitness competitions. My whole family taking part in fitness competitions according to their age group, or other activities that they take pride and enjoy. While you recognize the abundance that you already have, you see for yourself an abundance that you would like to be a part of and something to look forward to. What's better than my kids having a good education, having a good private education, and also an atmosphere that is conducive to study when the friends around them come from good family backgrounds. The peers are encouraging, ambitious, and rub off a very good influence to my kids. So the point is, I want you to realize that at every aspect, there's always that better outcome. What's on the tip of your tongue, right? That's what you really want. That's what's buried in your consciousness. That's buried in your imagination. Maybe before this, you didn't even realize it. Your phone, your wallet, the chair that you're sitting in, the car that you're riding in, the house that you're living in. There's always something better that you can see for yourself. What's better than this? At those times when you say it, like, damn, that inspires me. I want that. And the next moment is for you to realize it's not about wanting. Wanting is not manifesting. You can want till the ends of the earth. You can be waiting for whatever to come your way. It's never going to come. This is one aspect that Kamran points out correctly, because there will be effort required as inspired actions. You have to put efforts towards a goal. Just think of that vision and let that vision fill in the dots between that vision and your current reality, and that's how you can go there. Understand that these visions already exist in a different parallel universe. What remains is for you to find your alignment. And when you find your alignment, things can happen really, really fast for you. And like I said before, there are always going to be some areas of your life that progress can manifest really quick. Just check out my shorts. I've been posting a lot of shorts about my fitness journey. How much did I advance in the last 37 days of my fitness vlogging? Right? That's because I found an alignment. Of course, somehow I found a certain person that became like a catalyst for me. And I signed up to a gym. I entered my first fitness competition. I committed to a regime, one thing led to another. And that is proof that if in one aspect, you can make that much progress in other aspects of your life. And also, like last weekend when I entered the fitness competition, the speed that I ran for 400 meters interval on the treadmill, I was so shocked that I could actually keep that up for 1 kilometer distance. Not once, but twice during the competition, because you have to do different stations and you have to run a couple of times. So if that's possible, if I found my alignment in that way, all right, what else is possible? And if manifestation is the outpicturing of what is already within, just not made manifest. Today you are the result of yesterday, yesteryear, whatever. But today you can also decide who you are tomorrow. True manifestation, you have the ability to decide what this seed is going to become. You may not see results now because, like a seed buried in soil, it takes time to germinate and then to grow roots. Right now, your goals, your visions may still be beneath ground, but once they emerge from the surface, how fast are they going to grow? If you plant the plants, go plant a plant today. See how fast it grows. You may have this urge to check, how's the seed coming out? How's the seed going along? And then after a while, oh, my seed's not growing, my seed's not growing. And you leave it for a period of time. You come back and check, what is growing out of the ground that much? When I last checked, nothing was happening. And then after a while, maybe the seasons change, the leaves fall off. It's like, oh, my plants die. almost ready to chuck the plant away because you're watering every day, putting fertilizer. You thought nothing's happening. I can't save this plant. This plant is gone. It's like everything's dried up. But suddenly, new shoots appear. And over the next 3 days, you're like looking at the sprouts. But suddenly, poof, branches out. How amazing is that? The same can happen for your manifestation. Share this video with anyone that you love, that you would like to inspire. For another great video, watch this one over here.